Hi guys, I'm hoping I'm live and I'm hoping you can hear me. So do I turn this up? I think you can hear me. Anyway, I thought I would do a quick live because I'm going to work. So I thought I would have a chat with you all whilst I'm going to work. So I've started a new job this week, which is very nice. It's exciting. So we're doing a week's training. And the training is like over an hour away. So the training is a nice journey on the old as I was going along, just see how everybody is. What's your morning like going to work? I thought I might just do a quick live coming back as well from work. It's better than listening to the news at the moment, isn't it? I don't know about you guys, but I like to know what's going on. I'm not one of these people that just don't watch the news. I very much watch the news and political analysis and everything. But even someone like myself has gotten to the point at the moment where I'm like, I don't want to watch the news. Not right now. Sometimes when you watch it, you just feel a bit helpless. Like, even if I watch it and know what's going on, and it's important that I know what's going on, but there's nothing you can do about it anyway. I mean, there is in terms of, you can go on get your little action packs together, kind of your action groups, and peacefully take to the streets, peacefully. So you can do that, I frame that all wrong, but you still do feel a little bit helpless as to things changing. So I thought, well, let's just chat about other stuff. I don't know whether any of you guys out there are turtle riders, turtleboy fans. Anybody Aidan Carney? I was listening to him on trial. Not trial. The RPO order yesterday. Civil case, civil, not trial, civil. So, they're both taking a restraining order out on one another. Girlfriend, ex-girlfriend and boyfriend. They've split up now. And they're both taking out a restraining order. So the judge is hearing both of their reasons for a restraining order. And it's wild. I mean, let's put it this way. Jess Machado, if you know these characters, they're all in this world. It was all started I got to know him from the Karen Reid case. But Jess Machado calls Meredith, who's the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, 5150. In America, that's what you put when you section somebody, you put a hold on somebody. Like Britney Spears had a 5150 when her family sectioned her. So Jess calls her a 5150, which I thought was fantastic. Bearing in mind this girl has sort of done this before. This is not her first rodeo. Being into court with this restraining order scenario going on. So it's not her first rodeo anyway, let's put it that way. So I was just watching that. I'd be really interested. I know that because I listen to Turtleboy, the Glera, Will, Jess and Nurse Kim and Auntie Deb, I know Mr. Loadout said purple Kool-Aid more recently, or got called Purple Head yesterday in the trial. Well, I keep saying trial, in the civil trial. Listen to, who else do I listen to? Rat House Media, Emily C, Melanie Little. Used to listen to Cry Fart, but don't listen to Cry Fart anymore. Yeah, anyway, so I would be really interested to know, is there any turtleboy fans out there? I love him. I absolutely love him. And I know there are people that listen from across the pond, because I see them in the chat. And one guy from the UK was driving his van home in the Glera, did his phone in. And this guy from the UK was in his van driving home, saying like he was listening to him on the way home, and it kept, like, you know, it kept in company. So, yeah, I know there are fans in the UK. Anyway, I'm a fan. Let me know. So, yes, I'm driving in my... yeah, the traffic's not too bad, actually. Driving in my car. I'm driving on my ridiculously speed-limited 20 miles an hour roads, when there was absolutely nothing wrong with them being at 30 miles an hour, but now they're 20 miles an hour for no reason or improvement whatsoever at all. In fact, the high street has gone down to 20 miles an hour. Can I just tell you, the high street is so busy, right? We didn't need a speed restriction. You know, the high street was going to go at the number of cars that the high street goes at. It's, and, you know, when it's late at night or really early in the morning and there's hardly any cars around, yeah, you can say that you can go at 30 miles an hour, fine, but 20 miles an hour during the day, because there's all schools all over the place just off the high street, you're lucky if you get to 10 miles an hour. Why they then need to make it to... The only time you ever got close to the speed limit was like in the morning when there's no cars around, or in the evening when there's no car, like I'm talking 2 o'clock in the morning, sorry, so early hours, or maybe midnight or something, when there's no cars around. So they've given it a speed limit for a speed limit that self-regulated because of the volume of cars. Anyway, that's called common sense, something that local councils don't have, something that councillors and councils don't have, common sense at all. So it's just like the motorways when they started this varied speed malarkey, smart motorways. Oh my God. It didn't help with the flow of traffic. It doesn't help with fumes because people are stop starting, people are slowing down, speeding up, which doesn't help with fumes either. I mean, you just wonder how these people get up in the morning and put clothes on when they come up with this kind of stuff. When they think that this is a solution, these kind of things are solutions. You wonder how they even manage to get dressed in the morning. But anyway, guys, pay attention to your local politics. It really does affect you. Don't associate local politics with national politics. Think of your local issues, what's gnawing the life out of you locally. Every vote, especially now, votes are important. I don't care which way you vote. I'm not interested to know. This is not political. But now more than ever, with more parties being relevant, your vote now actually does count. It really does. with a one first past the post system, actually more parties does make your vote count. Weirdly enough. So I'm just letting you know, as somebody who's studied first past the post, transferable, what's called TV, transferable vote system. There's another one called alternative vote, AV, alternative vote, TV, and then first past the post. It really does, the more parties really does make your vote more relevant. So just to let you know. Okay, so if you're in one of these camps, and I've been there, like, what's the point in voting? There's no one to vote for, and it doesn't make a difference. The landscape has changed. Your vote now does really make a difference. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not interested, like, in your politics. So, just sitting in traffic now. Hopefully, my daughter, who is at uni and doing her placement year, she's not too far away, but she does have to spends about 2 nights a week now back at home because of her work placement. She seems to be enjoying it. She's back this afternoon, so that will be nice, something to get back to. And she'll get back, and the dogs won't be on their own all day. So that'll be nice. She'll be back, I think, early afternoon. As you can see, I've got 2 dogs. They're my little babies. The one dog is my daughter's, technically. But they're both with me. But I suppose when my daughter does finally move out, the golden retriever will go with her. I'll miss her very much. And now it is just the sitting in traffic mode. So I drove yesterday. I gave myself nearly an hour and a half to get there to the training. But because I am so dumb, and I took the wrong turning off the motorway. I got off the right motorway exit, but then I took the wrong exit off the island, and which is not the end of the world, because you essentially go to, you go down the dual carriageway to the next island, and you come back on yourself. It's no big deal, except traffic. Out of your brain traffic. So I ended up being, in my book, late. I wasn't late, but it was meant to start at 9, and I was thinking, be there for 10 to 9, park up, put my registration number in, because it's got this thing with the registration number, grab myself a coffee. Well, I was going to be there at about between 22 and 1:45, and I got there at 1 minute past 9. Because I took the wrong turning off the motorway island, because I didn't read my sat nav right, because I'm a F-wit. So there you go. So hopefully this morning I won't make that same mistake. Hopefully. So how's everybody feeling? I want to know how everybody's feeling at the moment. I'm not interested in getting interviews or anything. Just I feel weird. As I said, I'm sort of trying to stay away from the news more and more. There are 1 or 2 people that I'm limiting. You know what? I'm doing a limited hangout. There are certain channels I trust more than others. Obviously not the mainstream media. They're a joke. On all sides. There are one or two. There's one YouTube, 2CTV. I trust 2CTV. I mean, the guy is an Iranian. He kind of knows what he's talking about. And he's actually been banned from going there. He hasn't seen his dad in 20 odd years, I think. I mean, as in, I know he hasn't seen his dad, not that I think, but how long, I don't know whether it's 20 or 25 years. It's something ridiculous like that. So, that's for me personally. I tend to just think, right, you know what? I trust this particular channel. So I'm going to listen to that. And I'm not going to switch myself up with there's a motorbike. I'm not going to overload myself with watching channels I don't trust and then deciding whether I'm trusting the information they're giving me or not when I don't trust the channel in the first place. So not the channel, the media source in the first place. So that's a bit crazy to me. That's just, everything I say is my opinion, by the way. I'm not trying to get anybody to agree with me, and as I said, I'm not talking about my political thoughts. I'm talking about how just this world at the moment just leaves you feeling. That's all. It's not a bad morning, actually. The morning is kind of greyish with some blue sky, so you know, kind of, there's going to be rain, or it might avoid the rain. It's one of those kind of mornings. It's that typical spring where, you know, the mornings are chilly, and then it warms up during the day. So we are in that type of year where you don't know what to wear, because it starts off cold and you layer up, and by the afternoon you're boiling hot. It's that kind of year. This is when you have to dress with layers that you can put on and layers you can take off. In fact, yesterday morning there was ice. And it's bizarre, actually, because I've managed to go the whole of the winter without sort of dry hands. If you know what I mean, they get a little bit dry in the winter. But this weather, and they've been really good all winter. But this weather, I'm just looking for some reason, it's made them go like that. And I'm thinking, well, how have you managed to get through the winter and it's been fine? It turns to spring, where it's kind of chilly, but not cold. Chilly. And I'm seeing like dryness on my hands. But obviously that's the way the world works, in a topsy-turvy way, like that. You can hear all the potholes, I'm sure. On that sort of potholes, you can hear all the rumbling. That's all potholes that never get fixed. Or if they do get fixed, the same pothole is back 2 weeks later, because whatever they used to fix it with is rubbish. Not the real stuff. Seriously, there's one road very close to where I live. There's potholes in the same place all the time. They get fixed, sometimes surprisingly quickly, and 2 weeks later there's potholes again in exactly the same place, maybe slightly more over to the left or the right, but they're always in the same place. And you think, didn't they just fix that, supposedly? And then you wonder what the hell, well, what did they do? Put plasticine in there or something? Like, not the real thing. So, I need to get some more hand cream. So, anyway, traffic is better than it was yesterday, and I don't know why. Working elsewhere. I'm just going into tunnels now, so I don't know whether my live's still working or not, because I'm under a tunnel. I don't know whether I'm getting signal. I'm about to go under another short tunnel. I just soaked the back of my hands. I'm hoping that's just all gonna sink in. So we're looking ropey. I'm trying to get out of these tunnels as fast as possible. Right, so that's the end of the tunnels. So I don't know, it's better, isn't it, going to work when it's lighter? Isn't it terrible going to work in the dark? Ugh. It's better waking up and it's lighter as well. I don't know about you, but my body nowadays, my body just can't distinguish. If it's dark, go to bed. If it's light, get up. That's it. That's the way my body seems to work. So it's much nicer, lighter. And obviously you haven't got your great big thick coat on, and you haven't got your scarf on, and you haven't got all of that extra stuff weighing you down. This traffic is so much better than it was yesterday. I don't know whether, obviously, the horrors of Monday, although I can see it starting to already build up. Really hoping I shouldn't go wrong. I know which exit I should have, come off going round. Don't you get confused when there's about 5 exits off one island? The island is really, really big, or roundabout, whichever you call it. To the point where there's traffic. There's like 3 or 4 sets of traffic lights on the roundabout. 5 or 6 different exits, and you're literally losing count. I'm just trying to merge into traffic now. I listened to the Turtleboy hearing yesterday with Melanie Little. She's great because I love her legal analysis. I do like Defence Diaries analysis as well. I do get obviously more than one analysis. However, she did a lot of stopping and starting yesterday. And not all of it she stopped for was legal analysis. It's her channel, she can do what she likes. But I do like to hear her take on it. But I'm now listening to the Glera do it. Glera. Because he's from, he's not from, he's from, blah, blah, blah. He's from Tennessee. But this is how they all speak in Boston. Glera. Massachusetts. Because I just thought I need to hear. Now I hear it stopping. I've heard it stopping and starting. Fine, with thoughts, with legal thoughts. But I just wanted to hear it a sort of a bit more without all the stopping and starting as well. Just because I thought I just wanted to hear it like it's without all the stopping and starting. Because if you hear it without all the stopping, you could kind of because the story is it's a crazy story. It's crazy. I don't know whether any of you know The Bachelor story. Clayton Urquhart. There's a podcast right now. Podcast on it. It's very good. And it's Laura Owens. It's what Laura Owens did. Laura Owens is all over the internet because she turned out to be absolutely bat sugar crazy. Absolutely crazy. Pretended she was pregnant with twins, handed an arrestum, and then it turns out it's not the first guy, it's not her first rodeo, she's been there before, done it to other guys, same with Meredith, blah blah blah, same story. I mean, literally, I don't like women, some women, I don't know, I don't want to generalise. There are thoughts out there, let's just leave it at that men make women crazy, and they do. But there are women out there who are just straight up crazy, okay? It's not as simple as, well, he obviously made her behave like that. He obviously made her a bit crazy. I'm not saying that doesn't exist either. Just remember, 2 things can be true at the same time. 3 things can be true at the same. Even 4 things. Many things can be true at the same time because we're all humans and individuals. But there are patterns. Humans do follow patterns. That is absolutely scientifically proven. Blah blah blah. But anyway. This is what she reminds me of, Laura Owens. It's the Laura Owens thing. Which is utterly crazy as well. You just wonder how people have time for life. But there you go. And the amount of effort. With the Laura Owens thing, go and check out the podcast. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I can't. But I think it's an iHeart one. It's produced by iHeart, and it's narrated by the same woman that does the Betrayal podcast. And it's the amount of effort this woman went into doing what she did, for still, I just can't understand. Like this, for me, I have not yet. I mean, I probably need to sort of follow a few. I have not yet seen any reason why. I don't think she's even, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, I'm still finding out. I don't know whether she's even admitted she lied about being pregnant with twins, or whether she's saying she just, lost them, and whether she's admitted she lied. And there's this weird thing where either the parents were in on it, or she managed to dupe the parents as well. I've not worked that one out either. But what I'm saying is the amount of effort. She faked, sonograms and all of that. She faked all of those. Obviously found pictures from elsewhere, altered them a bit, tried to make them personalise them for her. But they were her pictures, as in the sonogram. They were off the internet. Anyway, what I'm saying is, this effort. Imagine if you put that effort into something creative. Imagine if you spent, what she must have spent sometimes 8 or 9 hours a day trying to do all of this. Imagine if you spent 8 or 9 hours a day trying to sell something, or just imagine if you've got that time to spend to do this. You've obviously got that time to spend. So imagine instead you did that. So as enthusiastically, going around old junkyards, buying old furniture and restoring it. I mean, Laura Owens ended up going to court and things like that, which would have cost her money. So, why not use some of that money on doing things that potentially could bring you some money back in? That's all I'm saying. But she would have had to have spent that amount of time. She would have had to have spent that amount of time. Imagine getting yourself going down that rabbit hole. Yeah, you see, here we go on the motorway. We've gone from 50 in the space of 1 second from the overhead signs. I know there's a word for them and I can't think of them right now. From 50 straight down to 40. No alteration in traffic, no change in the number of cars, everything's exactly the same. Gantry. Yeah. So, anyway, as I said, I'm listening to the glare. Oh, now we're back to 50. So, first gantry that I got on the motorway, 50. Next gantry I came across, 40. Next gantry, 50. Now we're hitting traffic. And guaranteed the next gantry will go 40. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, you can see it from here. Next gantry, 40, 50, 40, 50, 40. Oh no, is it going? Yeah, no, 40. I thought you said 30. And like, if people can see it makes sense to do that, nobody minds. But it's when you look at it and there is literally no sense for it. Anyway. So, we say just over 35 minutes. 30 minutes or just over 30 minutes and I'll be there. We'll have to see how the traffic goes. The closer you get to the place, the more the time creeps up because of traffic. But yeah, I'm in for a long day of training today, which is good. I'm learning stuff that I don't know about at all. So that's always good, to expand the mind and expand your information about how things work. See life from another perspective. See what worlds other people live in. Get that as a bit of another perspective under your belt. And then go home to my doggies, who hopefully from lunchtime onwards will have their second favourite person in the world with them, my daughter. I like to think obviously I'm their favourite person, because I have my doggies wake up with me in the morning. There's one doggie, Bella, so my daughter's home, she will sleep on my bed, then sleep on my daughter's bed, and then sleep on my bed, then sleep on my daughter's bed, and she'll wander between the two. My dog, Lola, she's just 100% with me. The other dog likes to spread her love equally. So we're kind of crawling a little bit, but we're moving. That's the main thing. We're moving. I'm watching the time of arrival just creep up. Since the time I set out to where I am now, time of arrival's gone up by 6 minutes. which overall I don't suppose too bad. But we're moving at least. You see, here we are now. Perfect example. It's got the speed that gives 40, right? I'm just following the flow of traffic. I'm not even really looking too much at my speedometer because the chances of getting anywhere close to 40 are zero. It's not going to happen. So why even bother? Why even bother with the speed limit? Why? What's the point? There's not even an opportunity just following the flow of traffic. What am I doing? 25? It's crazy. I'm going to have to get myself some new sunglasses this year. I don't know how I did it, but last year I managed to go through the entire summer with no sunglasses. The entire summer. Just get myself a cheap pair. I did have a cheap pair, because I don't wear sunglasses that often. They annoy me. So I'm not a big spend fortunes on sunglasses type person. But I don't know what I've done with them, quite honestly. I don't know where they are. Best place that used to be to buy sunglasses, like proper branded sunglasses, but at a reasonable price, I doubt it's like this anymore, was at the airport. But I don't have much reason to go to airports these days. I hope the fuel prices somewhat managed to, even though they've gone up crazy prices. They don't go up anymore. Could do without that, quite frankly, but there you go. I'm sure road haulage companies could do without it as well. So I'm meeting lots of new people, which is nice. Trying to concentrate at the same time, which I'm doing successfully, because I'm a woman. I'm joking, by the way. I don't buy into all that stuff. And they're great. They're so far they're great. They're a funny bunch, which is lovely. There's a little being as enthusiastic and chatty, and it's good. Makes it easier, doesn't it? Really makes it easier. I'm sure there'll be a test at the end of it, how much I've remembered. It's going to be a lot. There's a lot of systems as well. There's a lot of different systems to work on, and I've got to get my head round all of those systems as well at the same time. I'm sure I'll do it. I'll get used to it. I've learned over time. A lot of the resistance that I have to doing things is because my brain is you've created that pathway in your brain, haven't you? That your brain is saying you're not following the pathway, so Your brain can work against you at times because your brain takes comfort in the familiar because it's following neurological paths that you've kind of laid out. But you can break those paths and create new paths. But whilst the brain is doing that, that's what makes you feel, like you're in unfamiliar territory, which it doesn't like. But if you do it, if you ignore that and you keep doing it, before you know it, your brain is telling you you're in familiar territory against that to start off with, whilst you're blazing new neurological pathways. It's going to object to that to start off with all those feelings of I'm feeling sort of in a strange place with people I don't know and things I don't know and understand and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to fight you. It's going to fight you to start off with. And then eventually, ignore that. And one day, morning, you wake up and there's none of that's there. And you've blazed that new neurological pathway. It's got to sometimes drown out the noise. Which is what is really important, I think, at the moment with everything. Be aware of how rubbish our leaders are. Be aware of the absolute, terrible choices they make. And the lies they then say to cover up those choices. But don't drown yourself in it. Maybe the time to do that is closer to a general election. And I always say this, when it comes to the general election, read their manifestos. They're not long, they're not laborious things to read. It'll take you half an hour if you'd read maybe one a day. Read their manifestos. No, I'm not saying they'll stick to the manifestos, or they'll do what they say on the manifestos, because again, we know that's not true. But it gives you an idea of the general direction they want to head in. With Labour, the problem they've got now is you can't believe a word they say. Because if you read their manifesto and then compare it to what they've done since they got on in, the two, you couldn't even say that you could take a general direction that they were heading in from the manifesto to know that they were going to head in that general direction. You couldn't even equate a general direction to it. They're just... So there's your answer on that one. But read their manifestos, make your you don't have to make your mind up. They have to win your vote. Remember, you don't have to choose a party. They have to. Their beliefs, their manifesto has to choose you. They have to choose you. Don't get tribal. It won't help you. So I'm seeing nice views. I'm so glad I'm starting this job now with this training course now, where it's nice and light in the morning and I'm not doing it in the dead of winter, November, December time. Or January is even worst. Can you imagine doing this beginning of January? Oh my God. I mean, the upside of it is new year, new job, and you feel like, here we go, new year. But you wouldn't want to be driving this distance in, dark and ice and all of that. Getting up early in the morning in the winter is horrific. You feel like you're getting up in the middle of the night. You know you're not getting up in the middle of the night, but it feels like you're getting up in the middle of the night. So, I am almost there, and I'm coming up to the junction where I actually do need to, I'll be fine this time, I know, but I don't want to make the same mistakes I did yesterday. So I am going to get on with my day. Have a great day, everybody at work. Enjoy doing whatever it is that you do. And I hope you enjoyed this little chit chat, and thanks for, I'm talking to myself obviously at the moment, but thanks for letting me talk to myself. Guys, have a good one. Take care. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. I'm in the wrong lane. Please let me into the right lane. Thank you. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.